Okay, so it's about 7 something in the morning. I can't sleep, and I was gonna do this tonight, so instead, I'm gonna do the channel update video now. Right, so I keep getting questions about what games am I gonna cover? And I keep thinking to myself also, I didn't like how I had to cover Yakuza 0. I didn't put out a bunch of it, and not hold that little videos out. So I was thinking to myself, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna return to putting out videos in a way that uses the footage to give me more watch hours, but is still entertaining. And I'm gonna explain all that. And then I'm gonna thank all of you for the recent explosion of my, relatively speaking, of my channel. Right. This is a slideshow, so I gotta, and I just got it. I just rolled out of bed. All right. So I was told that people that watch YouTube, you need to keep their attention. So I need to show you a dude who was in an industrial accident. What is it, industrial? I guess it depends on what your definition of industrial is. Uh, a fantasy racist. I was just about to take the joke. Well, I guess they're both fantasy racists, kinda. I mean, I almost called him Kiryu. Kratos. Kratos, Dad of War, is one of the games. In case you can't read, I guess I'll say the name of these games: Spider-Man, PlayStation, PlayStation. The new God of War games. Well, the first one, and then the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. And if you really want to be pedantic, I guess I'll include also Game of the Year edition. Oh, also it's Marvel Spider-Man. If you really want to be, if you don't want to be picky, and also I guess God of War is also God of War 2018. So anyway, if you have interest in these games and among other games that I'll be playing, keep watching. Also, if you're wondering why is like Spider-Man covered up a little bit, uh, in order to make them all fit, and also I couldn't figure out how to bring Spider-Man up, so I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna fuck up any of the cover arts, I'll just that cover. Okay, so minimal. It's fine as like a minimalist thing, but like it's just like a red gradient, right? With a lighter in the center, which I guess pops out Spider-Man more. Sasuke. Now, here's the question I'm gonna answer. And also, before you ask, yes, I want to look I wanted to look professional, so I used a professional font. You know, if a lot of businesses use it, surely it's a very business-like. This is a good font. This font will only bring good times. Anyway, there's two kinds of games on my channel. If you've watched any of my previous big videos where I sort of review the game or like analyze the characters, I don't really know how to categorize my big ass videos. All I know is that they're a real pain in the dick. So anyway, long games. Here's how I'm going to be covering those long games. I'm going to be playing them, and then as I play them, every like 3 or 4 hours of footage or like whatever makes sense, because there's a lot of RPGs. So if it's like a hub area, or if it's more of like a chapter based game, it'll be like that, right? I'll be covering a town or whatever, like a quest line in each episodic video I do, and there'll be three a week. So I'll be taking 4 hours of footage or so and turning that into about an hour of footage at the most. You know what? I keep saying things are gonna be shorter, and then I write a script, and then it's almost 3 hours. It's a man. I would like it to be half an hour to like 45 minutes, like a TV show. But it might be an hour. But it's like whatever. I need the watch hours, man. And then I've done after every single one of the episodic videos have come out, then the big video is gonna come out. So this is some behind the scenes stuff, but basically every week I'm gonna try to make like 5 episodes. That way I'm ahead of everything, and so in like 3 weeks or so, I can totally just beat out a game, or even less, and I still have a lot of footage coming out. So you might be asking yourself, oh, what if like Morrowind? That's gonna take probably like 50 hours. First of all, I'm gonna try to make it not take 50 hours. But secondly, I'll get to Morrowind. That's Morrowind's its own clusterfuck. Anyway, so I'm still gonna be aiming for 12 big videos a year, roughly one monthly. So that's short games are going to help with that. So what's gonna happen? I'm gonna play through the game. I'm gonna play through this big game, right? The next one's gonna be not Cyberpunk. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 1. Once I finish it and I've gone through and I've edited and everything's all nice and hunky dory, right? Is I'm then going to immediately play the short game, and then the next short game after that, and that is just gonna be the one big video, right? And that video will come out once that's ready. So it might overtake a Friday slot, because Fridays might be. I'm gonna be testing what days are best for my uploads, because I've only got the one good performing video, and that came on like a Sunday, which is fitting because I am ordained, so I can marry and bury all sorts of queer people. But I need to figure out what days are best, and then make that day that's the best for me the day that I upload big videos. So an episode of a longer video might get overtaken by a short game's big video. I might be repeating myself a bit. I have had 4 hours of sleep. Anyway, also, unless you want more of the story explained for short games, but generally speaking, if a game's like 5 to 15 hours, anything under like 20 is kind of like in the short games list, slots, sort of thing. The story is generally, like, there's not much to go over unless it's like a story explanation videos. I could totally do one of those. So I could do like one video that's like the story, and then one video that's like the big analysis video, which is my sort of jam. I think that's everything from this slide covered. Don't worry. Also, the reason why the background's black and the letters are white is because I was going through and I was like, what the fuck do I do for this that makes it visually stimulating, but also doesn't make my eyes hurt? This slightly makes my eyes hurt. The white is kind of bright on my end. Hopefully it's not super bright on YouTube. But after going through and doing like fucking construction, like brown paper bag background, and I was like, oh wait, I could do it like the Adult Swim bumper things, like black and white. And that is cool. On to, I think, the first game, which is going to show you how I make it visually stimulating for you. And don't worry, some meme images will be in here. Though, I also really like cover art for games, so I think the next slide is going to be the first game. If not, I'm sorry, I guess. Oh, it isn't. My eternal... As the dragons from Skyrim would say, Croesus? Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, games, I have games planned. Now, I have a big list. It's in, like, an Excel spreadsheet. I use LibreOffice. I use the free shit. This isn't LibreOffice presentation. You think I have money? You think I have money for Windows Office shit? No, I don't. It might even come with I just don't want to use it. That's most of it. I just don't fucking want to use it. Anyway, the games list is like 100 plus games. I think it's like 144 or something like that. And games keep getting added, because you know what? You know what happens after somebody dies? More video games come out, and guess what? I want to play them. They're good. My wish list on Steam is like 400 something fucking games. Although I'm running everything through GOG, so I don't gotta change my Steam name. Yeah. I may one day make an even longer video. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I might one day make a video that's super duper long and just cover all the games I already play. I'd have to do that like every year. I'd be like, oh yeah, another like 24 games got added to the list, boys. Like, where we dropping? Uh, until then, I suggest that you enjoy this shorter list that runs through all the games I have planned currently through October of 2026. You'll find out why I say currently. If you watch some of my previous videos, you might know why I say currently. Right. So this month, man, I'm fucking tired of shit. Anyway, this is such a beautiful cover. I've covered Coffee Talk, the episode 1, I guess, which was just I don't think they gave it I don't think they retroactively gave it a subtitle. But I'm gonna be covering Coffee Talk episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. Uh, all things go well, I should have that in like a couple of weeks. I just want to quickly go over this game a bit. Um, 2/3 of the humanoid, the people on this cover are excessively fuckable. So that's a really good plus in its roster. The first game had like great emotional moments, a lot of daddy issues and stuff, in the hellscape that is known as Seattle. So that was pretty cool. And so because of that, I'm gonna cover the shit out of this game. Hey, look, there's Georgie. I read that there was more Georgie. I sure hope there is. And also, you know what? You might not be able to see my cursor in this, but there's hibiscus, and then there's a butterfly. If this isn't hibiscus, then I guess I can go fuck myself, and that this is misleading. October, Spooktober, the Spooktubular special is going to be Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, a classic game for degenerates like me and for degenerates like you. She has a tramp stamp, and it's early 2001, 2002, 2005. It's early 2000s classic stuff. The sequel, put that shit in quotation marks, is coming out on the 23rd of that month, I believe. And oh boy, it doesn't look great. So to take advantage of the fact that that's coming out, and people are gonna be like looking up the first game. I'm like, oh, and also because it's Spooktober, and also because one of my favorite YouTubers also played this for a Halloween special. I'm gonna try to start having the videos come out in such a manner that I'm gonna start October off hard. Oh, shit, man, I forgot my upload schedule for the episodic stuff. It's probably gonna be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because that fits on a schedule, and it doesn't feel weird to me. Fridays being big releases, Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm not a cat. I I don't particularly enjoy lasagna, but Mondays are still kind of like the one of the worst days of the week. It's got the spiritual energy of a middle-aged man who's been divorced more times than he's got nipples. And man, you keep that. Listen, if you got 3 nipples, you get an extra divorce slot. Anyway, banging music. I'll have to look into the copyright shit. I don't want to get copyright struck. I know that in some countries my videos might get obliterated or whatever. That is a conundrum. But since you already saw that I'm putting a musical number in all of my big reviews. So guess what? I'm gonna cover one of the songs from the game. It's gonna be great. Don't worry. Only good things will come of this. Oh, and I'll be playing Malkavian. So I have 2 games here because in case Coffee Talk Tokyo doesn't come out, or if I can't afford to get it, I'm going to play Gris, because I already have Gris. I also had to write down Gris, because Gris doesn't have Gris on the cover of Gris. I don't know a whole lot about Coffee Talk Tokyo. I think Hendry is coming back. Besides that, I don't know. There's 2 fuckable people on that cover, so that's great. That non-binary android looking fucker Oh, wait. I don't know. This one looks a little young now that I look at her. I don't know. She might be a ghost. That's not. Yeah, I don't know. Gris is a sad game for sad people, though I've heard that it's really short and it's a little bit pretentious, possibly. But you know what? That's perfect for a short video where I don't gotta explain the fucking story. Coffee Talk. If Coffee Talk doesn't come out, or if I can't afford it, I'll be playing Gris. Otherwise, I'm playing Coffee Talk Tokyo. There's a businessman here. I don't know what sort of. Oh, is he? He's one of them. Is he supposed to be one of those Kappas? He's got the bald spot. You offer him a cucumber, he won't kill you or some shit. That's good to know. That's for November, in case I didn't say it, and in case you can't read. You might be listening to this. Oh, and this is all in 2025. I'm not going to... Man, I don't want to curse myself. I'm not going to say that. I don't want to curse myself. December of 2025. So, the Yakuza series is a long series, and I plan playing one every 4 months until I'm completed, until I'm caught up. And then it's just going to be like a whenever they come out sort of a deal. Anyway, after much tribulations, I finally found a good cover for this. All of them were either like too small or like didn't have... I hope her name is Hanukkah. It's probably... I hope it is. I can't remember. She's like 8, man. And then she has a gun. Anyway, I needed Kiryu and I needed Nishiki. But I was like, I also want the girl whose name I can't remember. That's going to be in December. It's going to be Kiwami, in case you didn't read what's on the screen. Or in case you assumed I was going to bring out a fucking PS2 and play the goddamn PS2 fucking 2005. Oh, it's also going to be the 20th anniversary of the release of that game. Oh, it's going to be so special. And then in January, the reverse of November would happen. I'd play Gris if I hadn't played Gris yet. And I'll play Coffee Talk Tokyo if I hadn't played Coffee Talk Tokyo. And now we run into the conundrum of, what do I do if a game doesn't exist? Let's say Coffee Talk Tokyo gets pushed back or whatever, right? As I said before, I have over 100 games I gotta cover, and I own like half of them. So I would just put another small game in here. Plenty of tormented lesbians for me to get through. So that's January. It's either depressing Mom's Dead game or Coffee Talk Tokyo might also be a depressing Mom's Dead game, but there's like a non-binary. You know what? That might be. I don't know. I don't know how they identify. I think they're a robot though. I think they're an android. That smug fucking Neko Mimi or whatever fucking taunts me. Fucking that kid's gonna be a shit. I feel like that kid's gonna be a shithead. Is that going to be the Kuno of Coffee Talk? Fucking... She looks like her name's Marianne. First meme of the day. Right. I was like, you know what? You already saw the cool-ass Morrowind art, and I would have used... Well, it's not actually that super cool, honestly. I won't lie. I looked for like 10 solid minutes trying to find cool Morrowind cover art, like somebody reinterpreting it, and either it's like... the pixels were bad, or it's just like it wouldn't fit well. So anyway, my bitch ex-wife Almalexia. Here's the cooler version of her. That's the version of my bitch ex-wife that I prefer making out with. While we talk about how cool the 3 good Daedra are. If you don't know much about Morrowind, you will. If you continue watching me. I'm going to continue referencing the Elder Scrolls in general. I share a birth month and year with the Elder Scrolls. It's not the same, not the day. I think I'm older by a bit. And also, Justin fucking Bieber's older than both of us. He was born March, I think, 1st, 1994. And it causes me more pain than I would prefer to have in my soul. That's in February. I can barely see right now. March, okay, so this is a great example of if I can't get a game to work, I need to have a backup slot. Have I tested if Dust and Elysian Tale even works on my computer? No. Year of Springs didn't. For some reason, the audio comes through, the visual doesn't. It's black, and I don't know how to fix that. A Year of Springs, it's about 3 queer women in Japan. I'm pretty sure Japan. And it's about trying to go to a cool sauna or whatever. But, ooh, one of them's trans, so there's problems involved. There's representation from bisexuals, asexuals, and a transgender woman. Also, only one of them looks happy. This one right here. If I can't play Year Springs, which is, I don't know, like 4 hours long or some shit. It's also very adorable. Dust and Elysian Tale. Well, man did play it. I didn't myself play it. I don't know if he finished it, but here's the thing. That was like over a decade ago, and I can't remember most things. Most of my memories involving Mold Man, I don't have them. Like, he's... everything but him is there to an extent, but he's sort of like an amorphous blob in a lot of my memories as a way for my mind to protect me from the effects of losing the last of my parents. I can kind of remember his voice at times. So that's a fun fact for March, my birth month. I get to play either a cool little game about queer women, or I get to play the furry game, where, fun fact, Stampy Longnose's skin for Minecraft was actually this little fucker here. If my mouse isn't showing up, the center figure of Dust and Elysian Tale, the dude going over the corpse, that isn't the thing I'm talking about. I'm talking about the flying fucker next to him with a sword in their feet. I think their name is Flick or something, or some. It's got the energy of naming something Flick. Stampy Longnose's skin isn't actually a cat. It's that fucking thing. That girl, that flying furry imp thing. April 2026 is another Yakuza time. Yakuza Kiwami 2. The pants-stealing blonde sack of shit from Osaka. He's back with a vengeance, and it's been like 17 years. Let's see. How does time work? It's been like 18 years. You're making me do math. Fucking YouTube. These slides. Man. That game, okay, so I have played through 0 and 1 fully myself in my time. I played through about half of Kiwami 2, and then something bad happened. My old man didn't die. That wasn't it. But something, you know what? I think a plague happened. I think that's what happened. I think a plague happened. I lost my job. And then I was like, man. Well, at the time I had like $7,000, so I was like doing pretty okay as like a dishwasher. But then my old man started borrowing it. That's a separate thing. I'll unveil more old man lore in the future. I hope this is entertaining. Besides just being informative of what I'm going to be covering. May 2026. So I know that a sequel is supposed to come out. I don't know if it's like in development hell. But the game that isn't the sequel exists. My old man did play some of it. He had really bad response times, so he couldn't really do the quick time events. So I'll play through it in his stead. Like 12 years later? Yeah, didn't this come out like 2014 or some shit? Anyway, The Wolf Among Us, a Telltale game series. The first one. I'll be playing through it. Big B Wolf. He's a big boy. He's the big bad wolf. BBW. He's a BBW. That's right. He's his fucking fat ass is gonna get in all our faces. And that is May 2026. On the June of 2026, Spider-Man does feel totally like a summer game. I don't know, it's got sort of the vibe of like Not so much like Super Mario Sunshine, which will eventually be on the channel probably like 2-3 years from now. But the free sling and even though it's set, I think it's set in like August or whatever. It's got some June vibes. It's Spider-Man. He's the hero with bills to pay. He's a cool dude swinging through the city, helping people. I'm pretty sure he's voiced by Sasuke. He's also voiced by fucking yeah! Who won the lottery? I did! From New Vegas. And then you kill him, or the Rad Scorpions get him. Anyway, this highly fuckable superhero is a cool dude, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of crime. Aunt May is pretty cool. She runs a cool, like, shelter place or whatever. That's super neat. I wonder what Uncle Ben did. I can't remember. I played a little bit of Spider-Man. PS4 Spider-Man. And yeah, it does make you feel like Spider-Man. Like I feel like go fuck yourselves if you're like, people keep saying it makes you feel like Listen, man, feeling like Spider-Man's dope as shit. Who doesn't want to be Spider-Man despite the fact that his girlfriends keep dying and he keeps being poor as shit because he keeps not taking money. Man, if I was Spider-Man, I would take like if I was busting some crime, some like bad crime, like if people were like selling crack to like toddlers, man, I would be taking money so fucking hard. It's just gonna end up in the cops' lockers and they're gonna take it. They're also gonna take the crack. Listen, man, Spider-Man is a bit of a bitch. He works with the cops. Listen, cops aren't great. I'm gonna play Disco Elysium one day. Man, almost all the interactions I've had with cops in my life have been totally negative. There's been like one positive instance of a cop in my life, and it's only indirectly. One of my family members had like a flat tire, and then one of the local cops, who was one of my friend's aunts until there was a divorce, thus making her not an aunt anymore. Similar to I had an aunt, and then there was a divorce, and she's no longer an aunt. Not because they transitioned and all that, but because of divorce. Divorces are funny. July 2026, not a summer feeling game, more of a winter feeling game. Like, if I could totally make a video about, like, what seasons games are. But Valhalla. What does the VA stand for? It's something Hall A. I don't know what VA stands for. Listen, I'm from a fucking village of, like, 1,500. I have to look at the numbers again. We don't have a lot of people here. The nearest mall is like 48 or 50 minutes away. And that's me trying to be as precise as possible because I'm like, well, it's about 45 minutes to the city. But then you got to get through the city to get to the mall. And by city, I mean like 20,000 people. It's also the place where I was born. It's pretty neat. It's great. I bet anyway, cyberpunk bartender action. It's like coffee talk, but I'm serving alcohol to like androids and shit. Well, I guess I'm already gonna be fucking doing that in Coffee Talk Tokyo. I think the main character eats pussy, right? I think she has an ex that's a girl. So that's great. Expect that in July 2026, unless something happens, like the game doesn't run. uh Not much I can do besides try to fix it in like an hour or two. Listen, if something frustrates me after like an hour of troubleshooting it, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm doing something else. That's happened like twice on this channel already. August. I forgot about this. So August, another Yakuza month. Kiwami for Yakuza 3. Kiwami means extreme. It's also like the remakes of games. And fuck. Okay, so Yakuza 3 had a really bad American cover. It's the most... Listen, he doesn't know how to take selfies. This very much feels in character for him. It's like 2007 or whatever in-game. Maybe like 2008. So him trying to use a flip phone to take a selfie and ending up like that is kind of in character. Dude's been in and out of prison way too many times. But if they don't Kiwami it, there's a strong chance I'll just skip Yakuza 3 and go straight to Yakuza 6. I don't want to play through the least polished games, honestly. Like, if Yakuza 3 gets the Kiwami treatment, I'll for sure do that. But if Yakuza 3 doesn't get the Kiwami treatment, I am not putting myself through fucking Blockaza. Isn't that the meme? Blockaza 3? Where, like, every enemy fucking blocks and it's the worst. I already deal with that in Yakuza 0, and I don't like it when I keep getting taught these anti-blocking maneuvers, and then I try to do them sometimes, and they just don't. It doesn't let me do it. Or it's very situational. I hate, like, super situational uses of things. So yeah, it's either gonna be Yakuza 3 as Kiwami, or it's gonna be Yakuza 6. I'll just jump straight to it. I might do like a summarization video of 3 through 5. Because I own them, right? I can just jump in and do the previously on segments. And I'll just take the footage from that. And I'll make a video for each one. And just be like, fuck it, this is the best you're getting. But if, Yakuza 3 gets Kiwami'd, I'll play through that. I might play through 4 and 5. I'm not sure yet. I just don't want to subject myself to more suffering than I need to more... God damn it. People keep trying to ask me, or like, some people don't understand how this channel even works. They don't understand, like, the gist of it. But a second layer of the gist, you have to, like, scoop out some of the gist out of the way, is that they're like, oh, are you going to 100%? No, I'm not going to 100% any of this fucking game. What the fuck's wrong with you? I'm never learning Mahjong. I'm not learning the devil's click-clacks. I'm not 100%ing, like, any game for this channel. I'm pretty sure, unless it's, like, super duper short and you just 100% it by virtue of, like, there's just one path to take. And you get all the achievements and shit. I don't even like achievements, right? If I could just get rid of my achievements, I would. But I just don't want them. They just get in the way, and I have them turned off for, like, the pop-ups. Anyway, this is him during his prime. Like, either way, it's prime Kiryu Crime Dad. You get Crime Dad Prime era in Yakuza 3. You get Crime Grandpa in Yakuza 6, which is great. Also, I've been flitting in between the screens to, like, make sure the recordings are still happening. I hope that doesn't fuck up the footage. Like, I gotta edit this, but, like, I hope it doesn't fuck it up. September 2026, so 1 year from now, today, this month. Heaven Will Be Mine is another girls kissing each other and being traumatic. That's sort of the gist of the entire that development team's games. Also, I went with not quite the cover art. This is like the expanded version of the cover art, I believe. And oh boy, that looks dope as shit. The hand sitting in the hand of, like, the Eva-ass robot. Man, I don't think they're made of dead moms in this one, but it's a game. It's not made by the same one as the other 3 traumatized queer girls. There are 3 different traumatized queer girls. This is another studio that does traumatized queer girls. I think it's always like 3 of them. Another one by them is like it's something with the devil. The devil knows us or some shit like that. And I'll play that in the future too. Heaven Will Be Mine, 3 robot piloting lesbians in space. Humanity's being a bunch of fucking assholes. You love to see it. She is pretty cool. Man, she is a vibe. Although I don't like those kind of boots. They're, like, short and shit. Like, a little bit longer would be nice. Yeah. I didn't wake up thinking I was gonna be criticizing the boots of some fucking lesbian. But here we are. And then, here's where I run into a conundrum. I may have lied to you. God of War might not get covered next year. In October. And here's why. Here's the skinny of it. Here's the details. October is spooky month. And God of War isn't super spooky. It's thematic for the channel. Dad of War and all that shit, right? But Alan Wake and Alan Wake 2 exists. And so does Control. And then I think they're going to do like 3 controllers or some shit. So like Control 1, 2, 3. I might do Alan Wake. And this is an order of, like, what I will... Honestly, I would prefer to play God of War. Alan Wake, though, is more thematic. Because I gotta play through Alan Wake, too, as well. And I think all the DLCs will be out by, like, 2027. Assuredly. But then there's also Bloodlines 2, which is going to be a dumpster fire. They just made an announcement like last night or some shit about, oh, hey, on PlayStation, we can be refunding your pre-orders. And that's a bit weird. And they're also like, oh, some more news up on like the 18th or whatever of this month, September. About 1 month before release. And I'm like, oh, that's something for sure. So I'm kind of like morbidly fascinated with covering Bloodlines 2 next year. But in order of like likelihood of covering, I'll probably do Alan Wake. And if I don't do that, I'll probably do God of War. Even that, I'm like, man. No, with the way I'm doing long games, right? Alan Wake isn't super long if I remember right. So you know what? Fuck it. Like, long game, I don't even think God of War is super duper long. Like, long has a wide stretch, right? If something's under like 20 hours, that's a short game that I'll be doing. It was just one big video for. Long games can range from like 20 to 100 hours. Though hopefully no games I gotta cover are gonna be 100 hours. Then it'll take several months, most likely. But there's some games that are just fucking worth it. God damn it, New Vegas, I love you so fucking much. But yeah, man, next slide. I think we're out of the games, because I think I only cover it up to next year for Spooktober. Yeah, we're finally, I think this is the end slide. No, this is the second to last slide. Yeah. Alright. So, people tell me you shouldn't make a video where you thank your subs and all that shit. I tell them to go fuck themselves. Man, I've had a shit-ass life. I'm 31 years old, and life has been little else other than suffering for the most part. Me tolerating life. To be told by over 100 people, my current subs is like 135. To be told by over 100 people, because I gotta exclude, because on my private account, I also subscribe to myself, so I could, like, end user check out things. I don't know where I was going to go with that. Anyway, 100 subs is like a big YouTube thing, where it's like, after you get 100 subs, it's a little bit easier, things are easier. Yakuza 0 blew up so much, and I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out. I keep asking people, no one's giving me an answer yet. I don't know if it's because I upped my thumbnail game by as the kids say, aura farming. Like, Kiryu and Nishiki are aura farming as shit, to the point where Kiryu is covered in aura. The title is funny. I played a game for my dead dad. That's great. I thought that putting dead in the title would have fucked with it. I keep getting told you can't put certain words in. But how do people cover Red Dead Redemption so much if they can't say dead in the title? Anyway, I'm gonna keep saying I played the game for my dead dad. I feel like that format's great. It's eye-catching, right? It's like, yo, who else is doing like memorial gaming? I don't think anybody else is. That's a huge niche. Let alone fucking dead trans guy. That's like totally unheard of. Like, nobody's covering like dead trans people. No one's covering dead people. And also, in case, like, I think I mentioned it, but his ashes are near me as I play. It's great. I bought the urn. The urn, the logo is the urn, right? My logo, I fucking rotoscoped that shit. In like 4 hours it took me, because the controller, some of that shit was like pixel by pixel. It sucked a lot of ass, and not in a fun way. But anyway, I like to thank everybody who has subscribed, because that means that you believe in me. And that's cool, man. I haven't been believed in this hard since, like, I think I was in like fucking school. Man, I was one of those kids where like getting good grades meant a lot, because it meant that somebody believed in me and was like, you're doing good. And I'm like, thank you. And they weren't just a relative who were trying to like part of being the golden boy of a family is the high expectations placed on you, and your family not understanding what you're learning, so you gotta like self-teach yourself a lot. Because also, teachers kind of suck a lot of shit a lot of time. Listen, if you're a teacher, you might be a good teacher, right? But teachers are also people, and people are assholes a lot of the time. And not the fun kind of assholes, either. Every sub is like... I've always had ideas of what I would do at certain sub amounts, where I would like... Oh, I would get like 100 pennies, and I would put them out and be like, this is what 100 people are. 100 subscribers are. To me, a good comparison of what I do is like a busker, like those dudes playing music on the subway and shit, right? Is each sub is somebody who is like, I would like to return and experience the entertainment that you put out again. And then they sincerely mean it, right? Likes are like people who are giving compliments. They might not necessarily come back again, but it's nice that they enjoyed their time. And then I have a Patreon, and that's like people that tip buskers and stuff. Or if somebody's homeless and it's more of a donation. Though sometimes they're one and the same. Homeless people are doing like an entertainment bit. Some people are professionally homeless. I've heard of. Not a whole lot of them, but some of them are. And that's a thing. What matters more to me, and potentially also what matters more to the algorithm of YouTube, is the comments. Now, any comments would have been nice, but I've gotten so many kind comments, and I've been tempted to make like a monthly video where I just highlight some of the really, really nice comments, and I personally out loud with my human voice say words with my... Is your larynx involved with speaking? Man, I'm running 4 hours of sleep. This is great. But some of the comments, man, I woke up, and one of the things that got me to making this video right now instead of later today, when I'm not under as many time constraints, man, I gotta fucking go fast. Man, I got another comment or some subscriber. What was that? It just now told me I got 100 subscribers. You're like 2 days late. Notifications, you fucking asshole. Some of the highlights of the comments were things like, this is the sweetest recommendation I've ever gotten. Somebody said that. And it really makes me wonder, and it's something, are people actually watching through all the video? Now, mind you, I think I do find a good mix between the sweetness, and I don't know what you would call a lot of my humor. Because, like, sour isn't necessarily bad, right? Like, a lot of candies are sour, and you still suck on them. So, similar to a penis, my humor can be considered to be positive in a lot of ways. I gotta slip those gay jokes in somehow, man. And so, the sweetness comments, a lot of people saying rip to my dad, that's all great. Resisting the urge to cry is also a thing. So I'll move on from talking about the kind comments, other than like, please keep leaving them. And I'll keep answering them. Also, if you have questions and stuff about the games, about my old man, about transmasculine individuals, about what it's like to be raised by a transmasculine individual, please leave those as well. And then finally, for this slide, is thank you for watching this video. It's mostly informative, but hopefully it's entertained you as well. And if anybody asks me any questions relating to anything I've covered in this video, I'll be like, hey, guess what? I have, like, I think the recording's almost 40 minutes by now. But, yeah, I have this video for you, buddy. Yeah, go watch this. Because I keep answering that question. Like, even people in real life. And I keep answering their fucking questions. And I'm like, God fucking damn it. Listen to me, you fucking cunt. Yeah. Final slide, I believe. And this is a really sweet one, if I remember right. Unless it's something else. And then I'll fucking start laughing like a hyena again. I won Best Laugh in high school. I wanted to win Best Hair in the male category, but they were like, go fuck yourself. Some guy with a fuckboy haircut is gonna win. I'm like, man, I have the longest hair and it's cool. I also won Best Friends with this one guy I know. But that's something else. And finally, here's the closeout, and also should be the screen where the shit pops up on screen and is like, hey, there's videos that you can watch and shit. So I'm gonna close out with this picture of Madeline Celeste. I hope her name is Madeline. I think it's Madeline. Madeline Celeste, she stretched out a little bit though, and not in a sexual way. I just like I'm gonna stretch it to fit the this. Oh, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but like you can see the artist's name down here. I think it's Aurora. I can't read cursive all that well. Oh, it might be Amora. That's cool. I don't know where I got this picture, admittedly. I think I found it on. I think it was posted to Reddit one day without attribution, or whatever the word would be. So anyway, as I close out all these big fucking videos, and this is technically a big video by virtue of the fact that I've been talking for a while, stay safe, stay alive, and remember that trans rights are human rights.